here we are. All right. Let's head over to Call 1 Utility, because that's our next building objective. My throat is getting a little hoarse, and I figured something cold would help. Alright, except this is not where I wanted to go. Instead, I wanted to go to where we are floating fluids from. I want to go here. Gold 1 Utility. Alright, let's try that again. How's science going? Slowly, because we're still very low on those guys. Yeah, we're just not getting enough beams in. We need to produce a lot more of them. Despite the fact that we're feeding it a compressed belt of guys, and some from over there. That's yeah, I think we're gonna need to do something to expand this. What's our production of science like? Red is 26 a minute. Actually, they're all hovering about 25 a minute. So actually, purple is not significantly slower than the rest. All right. Well, that makes me feel better. All right. So what I want to do is add at least one more station to this. Oop, train. And we have some space here. And that station is going to bring in... What did we say we needed? We've got chromium. We wanted to make fiber optics. Glass. That station is going to bring in glass from who in the world knows where. That's what it's going to do. And we want to offload to the rear. So let's see, we want to offload in the direction of the... away from the station. That's right here, away from the station. Can we squeeze this in here? Yep, just barely, by going one closer than we might have. Bots off for a moment. Thanks, autosave. If we put it here, we're not gonna be able to do it. But if we can put it here, that'll work. It's gonna be a little tight in here, but that's okay. I think we'll be able to make this turn. And that's what I care about. That we don't need, that's not ours. Alright, and we're going to... We are gonna connect this to that, because I want to kill that thing, and then not forget that this connection is important. Now we can turn the bots on. I don't know that we have enough materials for everything, but that's okay. Now we're gonna drop a constant combinator here. Yeah. To rename the station, this is gonna be, what do we call this area? LTN. Let's call it LTN. What are we making? Fiber optic. Fiber optic glass in. And then here we're gonna request glass ingot, and we want the usual like minus 240,000, which, you know, we don't have anywhere in the system, but that's okay. Whoa, that was so close. And I'm out of train track. Of course I am, because I didn't have any in the first place. Let's grab some from the train. And try not to get run over again. So. Okay. Let's test this out. Up just a bit. Okay. And we make this first turnoff, we can. And back into the first turnoff, we can. Alright, go back to Gold 1 utility. You're fine. Alright, let's figure out our ratios. New subfactory. This is going to be fiber optics. That's that guy. So we're making still that guy. Let's aim for 15. Don't know if we can do more or less or what, but we will figure it out. Not a whole lot. We need 7.5 chemical plants. Half of a glass ingot per second is nothing. Need liquid plastic and chromic. So this requires another 7.5 dedicated plants. And this requires 2.5. I don't quite have enough because I think I only have 10. So let's add a request there, but we can map it out. Okay, that's quite doable. So this can be merged. Oh, copper. Gotta do something with that copper. Alright, so let's hypothetically say we've got glass coming from somewhere. Don't know where, but, you know, it's coming. Alright. So the first thing we need to do is duplicate our liquid plastic setup, which is not a big deal. We can borrow it from right here. Let's put it right there. Oh, and we can get rid of the cliffs. Yay. Nothing I like more than blowing up cliffs. Which means... Well, it doesn't really mean much because I dealt with that by offsetting it. But still, it's immensely satisfying. Okay, this can be, of course, upgraded. And we need 8 of these. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll add that in a bit. And that will go into... let's see. This is going to be making our fiber optic. So we have 2 different inputs. So that can go like that. That will have to go like this. And we also need bring in glass ingots. Oh, which what's the speed here? 1 second craft time, and it's producing 2. Okay, that's oh, but we only need 1 glass ingot per second, so we can do it. Yeah, let's do it the weird way. This is our output belt. This is our glass ingot input belt. Yeah. If it's silly, but it works, it's, you know, maybe not that silly. So that'll work. That's our production. Now, the other things that we still need are, we need to produce more coal, which means we need to set this back up. How much do we need? Produce the carbon using... yeah, that's what I was afraid of. How far are we from advanced oil crushers? We're actually... We get advanced oil crushers? I feel like we might have. Yes, we have. We should build those. That'll help. Because then we only need 12 of them, which is much less annoying. Now we still need to put that somewhere. Perhaps right here. We're not producing all that much coal. Have other coal production somewhere? Or is that it? That might be it. No, we had coal out. Right, we're taking the coal out of here and shipping it. We only have 4 input lanes and we're already feeding 6 output lanes. 1 for steel. These for this system, and 1 into here, which if it's at full production, it's gonna eat that belt. We have a coal patch right there. And capture it. You know what? I think we're gonna capture it and crush it right there and bring out the crushed... What's the ratios? Does that make sense? Carbon is 1 crushed coal to 1 carbon, and coal is 1 coal to 1 crushed coal. So the ratio is the same. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a big facility here for crushing coal. Of course, that means dealing with him. Okay, so we're gonna bring in we're going to bring this in from elsewhere. There's going to be a lot of infrastructure work. needed to make this all function, but you know, that's all right. So let's say this is coming up from below. It can come up here. And it can exit back the same way. Okay, so this is tileable. Now, the other thing we need to do is make our chromic acid, which means we need 3 chemical plants. Taking... Oh, and we need sulfuric. Aye. But wait a minute. Sulfuric... Make sulfuric right here. We have sulfur. We have all the sulfur in the world that we're producing it. Now, where are we? We're producing it right there. We can steal some. Excellent. That's our answer. So we're going to do that on this side of our... over here somewhere. So let's actually make that little sulfur. We only need a tiny amount. Yeah, let's do this. Let's make a copy of this. We only need 3. And put it... I'll past all this right here. We need it for a little bit for chromic, so line it up with this. We're going to need more chemical plants, but that's okay. So this can go down... Actually, this can even just go to direct insertion. I'm out of that as well. Lovely. Okay, we need... some of this. We need one of these. And we need some of that. Okay, and now we have sulfur. With the sulfur, we can turn that into sulfuric acid by just adding some water. Can I do that? Yeah, that works. That just requires some water. And that'll give us sulfuric acid. And then we need 2.4 to make chromic acid. And we can do that by doing something like that. And that's our chromic acid. which we need where? Down here. So we can actually move this whole contraption. And line it up right here. You're going to be making chromic acid. And you're going to be making good. And you're going to be making sulfuric acid. Okay. So we need to bring water in once again. And here. What in the world is going on here? Oh, this was the cliff. But we also need some right here. There. That'll do it. Once we have, you know, glass and whatever else we need. We also need power. And then we need 8 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do that. And this needs to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we just need more supplies. And we need to bring in coke, and we need to bring out and bring in glass. But other than that, we're great. Okay, so after all that, we do need to move this because we need space for like 2 more stations. Okay. That's good. Oh. We need one of these there. We do not need that one there. Okay. We need to copy one of these again. And it cannot go there. It can dots off. It can go here. You go away. You go away. You go away. Now bots. Okay, this is gonna be carbon in. And I'm out of undergrounds as well. But that's okay, because the station is built and that's the important part. Let's drop this. You want carbon. And of course we don't have any, but that's okay. Did I hook this up? Yep, no carbon, no glass. We know. All right. Let's go get some supplies. Okay. Go to gold parts. Okay. So we're gonna bring in. Now we need to steal the sulfur. We didn't do that. No, we made the sulfur in place. So this is for chromium. We need to steal some chromium from down here. And chromium is completely dead. Why is chromium dead? Because we're backed up on iron, because we're not using it fast enough. That's a problem. What's going on here? Do we not need iron all of a sudden? We're just full. We need to use our iron faster. Which is, you know. But what's going on here? Okay, perhaps we need to better balance this. We're not drawing these fast enough. Are we not drawing them fast enough? Because these are going to these guys. This one would use up more, but here's our okay. I don't think it'll work that simply, but just to begin with, we're going to do that. and that's them bringing stuff to me, and let them work that out. Yep. Should be input priority right, not output priority right. There. That'll increase the draw a little bit. And this one's not right either. There we go. That's better. Rather than using up the bus, we will put more draw on that, which hopefully will wake this back up, and it did. The train must have gone out. Alright, how are we doing? That's fulfilled, that's fulfilled, that's fulfilled, that's close enough. We don't have any blue. Because I stopped calling for blue because we've got the green, but really I don't want to waste green. Let's get some blue. The greens are just a lot more expensive to produce. Okay. Go back to the transfer. I'm gonna move this wood out of this wagon and into that wagon. I forgot I had all these pipes. That would have been handy at another time, but whatever. Alright, where are we going? We are going to Gold One Utility. How are you doing on fuel, by the way? Yeah. I don't like it when they run on coal. Tell you what. Give me that back. And go to the depot until inactivity. Yeah. You can refuel at the depot. And then come back here. Pick me up. Nope. Okay. However, we do need to upgrade this. That's not okay. So from blue, go to green, and from fast filters, go to white. Because that is not any kind of okay. Of course, I don't have any white. No. I should have some. But that can be done later. Why didn't I have any white? Are we not producing them? I did something to screw it up here. Fix this. Okay, we'll get back to that. I just want to build this out. And I think that's probably gonna be that for today. And of course, none of this is really working. Wait, why is petroleum? Oh. Not really enough petroleum. It's just barely kicking over. Because why? Because we're just low on petroleum. Cracking. Petroleum is going full blast. Cracking heavy oil is going full blast. What's the bottleneck? We have tons of everything. We have tons of light oil. Okay, so we need to crack more light oil. That's not a problem. We still have chemical plants. Yep. Do this. Okay. Now we're cracking a lot more light oil. Let's see if that helps. Heavy oil is still fine. It's, yeah. Petroleum is inching up a little bit. Light oil is really not dropping, but that's okay. The goal is not to drop light oil, it's to bring up petroleum. But we're still not getting much down here. Of course, this is the very end of the queue. Perhaps we will put a pump in here. Pump. Well, it's pumping, but we're still barely getting a trickle into those. Yeah, we're just not getting that much down here. This is running, and at least it's getting everything it needs. This is petroleum coke. Plastic is not even running, so where's all the petroleum going? Just the solid fuel? And we can't turn it off because we need the solid fuel for science. reserve of petroleum is inching up. The opposite of space exploration. Hey, Slip Second, sorry, I don't know how long ago you wrote that. I missed it. It's going well. It's going well. It's a very different problem, and I need to remember to not confuse the two, but we're making progress. We're in the Chrome Age, which is the last age before the rocket. So we're not nearly to the rocket, but we've got to do yellow science first, but we're getting there. Power is now a problem, so we got to do something about that. Because of course we have nothing but steam right now. But it is progressing. Oh, there, we finally got a little bit into here. Doesn't matter because we can't do anything with it since we have not brought in chromium. Which is one more thing that we need to bring in here. Oh, train. Yeah, sorry, I try to check chat, but honestly, my chat, as you can see, tends to be really quiet, and so I tend to forget about it. Rocket, it's not. There's actually a whole future age. Let me see. Here, no, that's Steel Age. Future Age, which requires white science, and that gets us duranium materials. It gets us improved labs, which look fancy. Quantum field ring, okay? And it gets us impulse probe, which uses those quantum field rings. So there is there's definitely science past the rocket, but you know, not gobs of it. There's like, well, actually, this is all endless type sciences. So space surveys 1, photonic, and then yeah, and then future age. So there is a little bit more. I think I would like to, at the very least, hit future age post rocket. So we will see. But that's, you know, that's a couple of rockets at least. We'll see. And yeah, expensive stuff, no kidding. All right, where is chromium? Chromium is over here. So let's steal some. We can bring it up right here. There we go. That's chromium. And this someday will be our fiber optic output. Which will go into a future station here. Okay. So this part is sorted out. Yep, there comes the chromium. So we're producing chromic acid, which will go into here. Yep, these guys now have chromic acid, but of course they don't have glass or plastic or any of that good stuff. So it is 11:35, which officially makes it the end of our scheduled stream. The plan for next time is to go out this way and capture this coal patch, unless there's a better one somewhere. There's one here, but it's only slightly... Oh, there's one there and one there. This one is actually smaller and it's more in the way, and there's lots of biters there. So I think we're gonna go either for this one. I think this one here. We can run a T branch off and run to it. and it'll be lovely. And then we can use that same station later for this stone, this uranium if we need it. That'll work well. It does mean clearing out this biter and maybe doing a little exploring over here. And we're gonna, there at the coal station on site, we're going to build a crushing facility to make coke, which carbon in this one, which means let's advanced or crusher. That's one of the things we need to make sure we build for that, and that will export that to everywhere. So that's the plan that's the next thing to work on next week, so that to power this facility up, because we need the fiber optics. Fiber optics are key because okay, why are you not showing it to me? Well, they're key because we need them for the let's do it this way. Yellow science requires blue circuits, the optical processors, which require fiber optic cable. And then the other blue circuits require the fiber optic cable bundle. And then we also got to get this thing going, which is going to be a nightmare in and of itself, to the point where I'm thinking we might actually just have to build an outpost to produce nothing but these guys, because they are otherwise going to eat everything we can throw at them. So we will have to see. That's a possibility. And we can't finish these because we still haven't researched it, because we need yellow science. Anyway, that's that. Thank you folks for joining me. I do encourage everyone to try this mod pack. It is a lot of fun, despite some of the issues involved with it, like you needing to use it with 17. And don't forget to save.